Yo, what's up, family? I hope all of you guys are doing good. Um, just for a little backstory, my name is Grim. I've been on my spiritual journey for a couple of years now, probably more than a couple of years. Um, I've been aware of all the things going on in society for the most part, according to like food and what's going on in the social scene and like what the news is pushing, and a lot of false narratives I've noticed. Okay, and with that being said, since being on my journey, since being also on my health journey, trying to be as clear in the mind and in the body as I can be, I've gotten a lot of people asking me like, yo, what should I get from the store if I want to be healthy? Like what to avoid, what to eat, like what are the best fruits, what are the best vegetables? And to be honest, the answer is it depends. Like what someone wants to do with their life. Like for me personally, I'm focused on building muscle right now, raising testosterone, and just being able to be the most active, most strong, most fast, most explosive physically I can be. And my dietary needs may change depending on how I'm feeling, and depending on what my goals are. My goals may change, I might not be focused on growing as much muscle as I can. I may be focused on having the most mental clarity. And in that case, I'll probably be doing more fasting and more cleansing of the body and less bulking and eating more. You know what I'm saying? So let's just start with the basics, if you want to be healthy, you want to be going outside and staring at the sun, okay? So most people are like, why would I stare at the sun? I'm going to go blind. I'm going to hurt my eyes. No, you're not, and you don't need to be a doctor to know that I can stare at the sun for hours and my eyes will be fine. I was just doing that. I was just staring at the sun, not for hours on end, but minutes staring at the sun. And I've been doing this for years now, and I have 20/20 vision. So you want to be staring at the sun in the morning and at sunset are most important, because that sets your body right for the circadian rhythm. Okay, so sunlight, very important, and that's going to give you a lot of vitamin D, which is an essential vitamin to grow muscle, to feel good, to be healthy. All right, so start off with that. Number 2, before we get into food, I know this is probably going to be titled something about food. Number 2 is sleep. You want to be going to bed closer to the sunset. The sunset is supposed to keep our circadian rhythm intact. And all of this that I'm going to talk about goes hand in hand, because your sleep is so very important for your mind, for your growing of muscles, for your recovery, and just for you to be full 100%. Okay, so sleep. Don't go to sleep past 10 p.m. if you want to be optimal. And, disclaimer. With whatever I say, with whatever I talk about eating, sleeping, habits, whatnot, I know myself, I am not perfect. I'm only human, and you are not going to be perfect either. But the closer we get to perfect, the more optimal we're going to perform in our lives, okay? So obviously I aim to be perfect, but in some circumstances, I can't get exactly what I want. You know what I'm talking about? So let's jump right into the food. Starting off with the basics. If you're getting fruit, if you're getting vegetables, you need these to be organic. Organic. I say go to a farm and get it from a farm, just so you know, like, who's growing it. Meet your farmer, be like, hey, like, what do you do with these crops? You spray them with pesticides or whatnot? And I'm going to tell you why not to get non-organic, even if it's cheaper, because they spray it with pesticides, and even if you wash it, the pesticides still seep into the fruit, so even if you wash the outside, there's still pesticides on the inside. But especially if you're eating a fruit where you eat the skin, that's especially important that you do not get the non-organic version, because then you're just eating the skin with all the pesticides on it, causes cancer, A lot more studies going into it. Also, research all this stuff for yourself. I'm just telling you guys so you're aware. Research this yourself. You don't have to believe me straight off of what I say. Research and see for yourself, you know. One thing too I want to add, anything you like to eat, search up negative effects of it. And I know the truth hurts, you know, you don't want to be doing this. Like, say you love pizza, search up negative health effects of pizza. You'll see a bunch of things. Negative health effects of meat. I eat meat. You'll see a bunch of negative things. Meat causes cancer. And, well, certain meat causes cancer. You know, you got to be very selective with where you're eating from. I say go to farms, go to local places, farmers markets. That's where you're going to get the most healthy food. And yes, it's expensive. So you're not always going to get exactly what you want. You know, some seasons in life don't allow you to be abundant in the best things, but I think that your health is the number one thing determining how your life is. You know, your performance, whether you get everything done that you need to do, your health is a huge factor in that, because it plays a factor on your mind too. And you need your mind to complete work and to be happy. You know, that's the end goal that I want for all you guys. I want you guys to be living your happiest, healthiest lives. All right. So yeah, get a vegetable scrubber, get a fruit scrubber. These could be on Amazon for like $10, you know, and make sure it has organic bristles. You know, you don't want to be getting none of those animal hair bristles. Bamboo is very good. Just natural stuff. In terms of what fruits do, like what are good fruits, blueberries are good for your brain. Cherries are good for sleeping. They produce melatonin. Avocados produce magnesium if you need that in your diet. Get your guys' blood checked too, so you know like what vitamins you need. Kiwis are the most nutrient dense fruit. Bananas have a lot of potassium. Coconuts have a lot of potassium. Technically that's a nut. But yeah, moving into coconuts and water, the waters you should be drinking are Mountain Valley spring water, for one. This is probably the best water you can get, the best spring water with the most of minerals that you need. But even before spring water, I'd drink coconut water, because coconut water actually hydrates you and gives you electrolytes. Spring water doesn't have any electrolytes. It has other minerals that you need, but water like spring water will just flush your system, whereas coconut water will actually hydrate you. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be drinking no Gatorade, because anything with like an artificial dye, they put like the dyes. Like, remember when you were a kid and you did science experiments? Maybe you made like a lava lamp when you were a little kid. You put those fake dyes in it, bro, and that's what they're putting in the drinks to make them red, to make them blue, to make them yellow. All those Gatorade drinks have dyes in them, and if you drink that every day, you're not going to feel good, and you're going to reap the consequences, and those are also known carcinogens. Like I said, research all this for yourself, you know. I'm just telling y'all so it gets in your mind, you can think about it, but research this yourself so you can believe it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I'm just a kid online. What's next? I guess we'll go into like grains and whatnot. I eat quinoa. Quinoa's a food with all 9 amino acids, which are the building blocks for protein. So I'll eat that. You want to get wild rice. That's the most optimal. I'd recommend that. Get wild rice, not anything else. Just get organic stuff, you know. Don't get those minute rices. I also don't use a microwave because of all the EMFs in it, and it zaps away the nutrients in your food. So I only heat stuff up in the oven or on a pan on the stove. So don't get those minute rices that you put in the microwave. Bread, I don't eat any bread, not at all, because they have like too much glyphosate or like something like that. Like they have something that just, it doesn't react well in your gut. Like the bread nowadays isn't like how the bread was like 2,000 years ago, you know? That was actually like good grain. Now it's just like, check your ingredients. Make sure they don't have any soybean oil, any canola oil in it, because that's gonna cook your gut. And I just recommend not eating bread at all. You don't need it, bro. Say goodbye to the sandwiches. Sorry, bro. Meat, make sure you get 100% grass finished meat. I'm not against meat, you know, but I will go without meat sometimes just to see how I feel. Get 100% grass finished. I would not recommend like shrimp or lobster. I would not recommend pork either, just because those are just in the Bible it says those are dirty animals. They're the bottom feeders. They'll eat like the nasty stuff. Also, pigs don't sweat, so they don't have no way to detox, and so you're just eating that nasty meat. Like I haven't had pork in a long time. Like I'm good off pork. But for meats, I'm good with lamb, bison, beef, 100% grass-fed, grass-finished. I'll eat chicken, pasture-raised, eggs, pasture-raised. And bro, for all these animal products, I'll eat duck eggs too. Go to a farmer's market, go to a farm, meet your farmers, talk to them, and see where they get this from. The only milk I drink is raw milk from a cow, never pasteurized, because they zap out all the enzymes that you need in pasteurized milk. They just burn out all the nutrients, and whatever's left is just, it's terrible for you. It's not good for you. Don't drink regular milk. What else do you guys need to know? My diet really consists of fruit. Oh, dates. I eat a lot of dates for fiber. Fruit, eggs, red meat, grains. Grains right now, usually quinoa or like organic jasmine rice. Now it's probably not optimal jasmine rice, but it's good for carbs, muscle growth. Mangoes are good for lowering your stress, and that's great. You always want to lower your cortisol, lower your stress, because that'll in turn make you happier and boost your testosterone the lower your cortisol is. You're gonna want to go outside every day and put your feet in the grass if the weather permits. You know, take your socks off and walk in the grass for 15 minutes a day. That's gonna lower your cortisol too, make you more happy. Other lifestyle tips, you're gonna wanna hold on to your seed until marriage, you know, ideally. And I know a lot of guys struggle with this. I can make another video about this, but you will be so much more connected to yourself if you're holding on to your energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep it too graphic because I don't know who's watching this, but I'm gonna keep it at that. And other health lifestyle tips, don't look at screens late at night before you're about to go to bed. What else? I'm trying to think like what else I eat. I don't use like those fake butters. Don't use that. I use beef tallow to cook. I don't use olive oil, but you can use olive oil. Make sure it's good. Make sure it's not in a plastic bottle. Another thing about the water, I don't get water in plastic bottles. I have a reverse osmosis filter, and that filters out all the fluoride, all the bad things in the water that they put in there nowadays. And I don't use plastic bottles because in the hot weather, when you put water in the plastic bottles, it can heat up the sides of the plastic, and the plastic can get into your water, and you drink that, and that goes into your brain. The plastic goes into your lower parts. You know, there was a study that found microplastics in male private parts. Like, all the microplastics went down into their nuts, bro, basically. And like, that's lowering your test. So just be aware of what you're eating, guys. Check your nutrients. Like, once you realize all this stuff, bro, your diet is going to be limited to very small amounts of things. You know, I only eat whole foods. I don't eat any of those GMO snacks. Also, grapes, those are supposed to have seeds in them. Watermelons are supposed to have seeds in them. So fruits like that have no seeds, like, those are GMO. Those are made in a laboratory, and just out of season. So you don't want to be eating those laboratory GMO things, because we don't really know what those are made of. It's fake fruit. So don't eat that. Don't eat those fake meats, those Beyond patties. Don't eat that. That's GMO. We don't know what that is either. Like, you're better off just eating regular meat, bro. Not gonna lie. Grass finished though. But yeah, if anyone has any more questions, you know, I don't eat cold cuts. I don't eat any processed foods. Like, that's dead. All right, we don't eat processed foods over here. We not wasting our energy. We not living for the flesh. All right, we living for the spirit. We're getting better here, getting better minds, better bodies, getting healthier, and I want you guys to join this journey with me. So with that being said, I love you guys so much. Let me know if you have any specific questions. I'll be sure to answer them, whether that's in a comment or another video. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Peace out, guys. Have a great weekend.